So I want to switch gears a little bit, Dev.
Of course.
Recently we were on the pod. We've been talking about like you commented on something about like being uncomfortable to get to like where you want to be, with like where the magic happens. How could you like explain to people how to deal with that discomfort in order to keep going through, not giving up, and just like keep pushing until you get to that where the magic happens?
I try to take a deep breath, but the weed caught me. So, I mean, going back to the Ryan Leslie story, man. Like, so I was working at TD Bank. I was at the call center, and all right. So basically, they called. Remember, I was like, the dude called me and told me he had an opportunity to volunteer some work, like
For
volunteer
free.
some time, whatever. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I called out of work. Took the bus up to New York, went scouted the location with Dre, came back, got back to like Ryan's hotel at like 11 p.m. or something like that, or like maybe like it might have been like 9. Dre's like, "Yo, I'll be right back." He goes up to Ryan's apartment, leaves me in the lobby. I fall asleep in the lobby, like to the point where like somebody came. Mind you, this is on like Wall Street, like
Yeah, I
you know,
how
like
that go.
yeah. So like
What are you doing out here?
yeah, like, you know, they like, yo, you know, do you live here? Whatever. They call up to Ryan, like, yo, your guest is falling asleep, whatever. So Drake came back down, like, yo, let me walk you to the train. Go to the train. Of course, the train that I go to is running late. Because that train is running late, I missed my bus back. I think the last bus out of New York is 3 a.m. So because that 2 a.m. or something like that I missed was out of commission. I missed that. I missed my bus back. I had to sleep in the train station. I slept in the train station, like, you know, laid my head on my backpack, put my jacket on me. The next bus was at 7 a.m. So it's a 2-hour ride. Got back down there 9:45-ish, drove back home, took a nap because the deal with Ryan was like, yo, I'm going to need you to come up again because the actual event is tomorrow. So I had to call out of work again. So I called out of work again. Of course, I got my little 2 hours of sleep because
Like
I got
it's
back
a
home.
no-brainer. You're calling out of work. You don't even think.
Yeah,
about
I'm
that
like,
shit.
yo, it is what it
Can't
is.
no
like,
call, no shows.
yeah, like whatever. Yo, straight up. Like, and I actually called them on these and like, yo, I can't come in today. Went home. I think I got home right around around like 10 something. Slept until like 12:30, 12:45, and then I went right back to the bus station to go up to New York. And like missed my bus the next night, but it was just like, bro, it's a part of the game. Like, you know, that being uncomfortable, that like, yo, what are you really willing to go through? What are you willing to do? What really matters to you? Like, yo, fuck this job. You feel me? Like, this is opportunity. I know what I'm doing this for. I know that I'm not doing it to be like, I know what level I want to take it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so for me, it was just like that was a hard moment for me during. I think an even harder moment that a lot of people don't discuss was after the quote unquote success of like traveling the world. The first, like, cause I work with Ryan on and off now. Like, that's like my mentor, my brother, whatever. But when I first came home off of my internship, like, I was just here. Like, I had a little bit of clout, I guess, if you want to say, because everybody knew what I was doing, and you know, I worked with some people because of that. But there was this like thing that came over me of like everybody was saying like, damn, bro, I didn't even know you was in town. I thought you was probably overseas somewhere. And they kept saying this thing, and everybody was so proud of me. But where I was in my career creatively, or where I was in my career, I'm not gonna say creatively, where I was in my career at that time, I wasn't proud of myself. Right. So I like ran into like a depression, actually.
Some people give up from that.
And I think like that was actually like one of the hardest parts that like I had to go through, where everybody was proud of me and I was looking at them like, what are you like, you proud of like something
like,
that's
I ain't
old?
do
Like, I'm not
nothing,
doing
yeah.
that no more. Like, they're like, I'm like, you know, they thinking, oh, they saying that same line of like, I thought you was overseas somewhere. And I'm like, nigga, I've been home for the past year and a half. Like, what you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, those were the hard moments, you know, but it was me still, you know, going through those moments, and like I said, having those arguments, even with my mom, and being like, yo, I don't know what's coming, but something's coming. You feel me? Like, I'm just gonna keep working. And my mom be like, yo, you getting paid for this? Like, certain jobs I take for
I
free.
remember you saying
And she'd
that.
be like, yo, are you getting paid for this? And I'd be like, no. And she'd be like, yo, you need to start getting your money. And I like, but this one is gonna, like, I know how to network and make connections and do what you got to do. Like, not everything is about money, you know. And I did a lot of that. And then, eventually I had to get a job. But when I got a job, it was at DTLR, and it was a social media coordinator. But that job was because of the work that they saw that I did freelance. You know what I'm saying? Like, they saw my portfolio, was like, yo, this kid is dope. You know what I mean? Like, I was originally going to be a videographer for them. Somebody else got that job, and then I took the social media position. So I was like, all right, but I still was able to like find a career path even off of the things that I did on my own. And then I found out that, like, all right, Ryan again was like, yo, why don't you come work for me? And I did it again. I was like, all right, quit F this job. I got another opportunity up in New York.
Boom.
You know
Oh,
what
from
I'm saying?
DTLR.
Yeah, I left DTLR.
Oh wow. But they probably understood there, like
Yeah, like the dude that was my boss. Like, I
Like,
kept
don't
all
do
my
it. He wanted you to do
DTLR is
that.
one of my clients now. So that's the thing. Like, I kept my relationship good. You know what I
Never
mean?
break
They
that
knew the work
bridge.
that I did. So when I left, my relationship was so well with them that they were like, "Yo, listen, like, all right." I applied back to DTLR during the pandemic, right? I was like, "Yo, get some steady money. It's an open position again," and I went in there like, "Damn, I ain't gonna have to ask. I ain't gonna have to ask them. I'm gonna start making money." Like, and then you get into the position, and it's like, you realize you still got work to put in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Grind don't stop.
yeah, like, especially when I was there, like, the show is not about me, especially when you're working with an artist. That's the thing. Like, I talk to Ryan all the time, man. I talked to him last time. I'm like, yo, I love our working relationship. He's like, yo, Dev, let's take a trip. Let's do something dope. Like, we took a trip to Mexico. 24 hours in Mexico, came out with some bomb ass photos. You feel me? Like, he's like, yo, let's do something different. You know what I mean? This year, let's go to fucking Italy or something dope. You know what I mean?
How many
Whatever.
countries have you visited working with him? Or just working in general with your craft in general? How many countries have you visited?
Spain, Vienna, Austria. I've been to a bunch of different cities and towns in Germany. Been to Amsterdam and some towns in the Netherlands. I've been to Switzerland. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Paris.
You've been all over.
Mexico.
Where's your favorite place to like shoot at? Like, what's your favorite country background?
Paris.
Bears.
Yeah. So last time we went to Paris, this was the end of 2019. This was the beginning of 2020, or no, end of 2019. Me and Ryan went to Paris, and the service that we were with, they sent a Maybach to pick us up. And he was like, yo, we got some free time. Let's just pull up somewhere and just snap some photos. Like, and that's the thing I love about Ryan. Like, Ryan's like, he's into that shit. Like, yo,
Spontaneous.
Yeah, man. He's gonna make sure you get the shot too. He's not gonna rush you. He's gonna be like, yo, do this again, fix your composition. Like, he works with you the entire time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what helped me.
That's what you need.
And that, yeah, like, I think
patience.
I think that's the rare part. You know what I'm saying? Like, to find an artist that's willing to, like, a lot of artists just care about seeing themselves. You know what I mean? Ryan cares about the entire frame, everything. Like, everything matters. He's like, yo, if something don't look right, take the photo again, or we not using it. And that's like that perfectionist. That perfectionist thing. You know what I'm saying? But I had conversations with Ryan all the time, and I'm like, yo, me and him I know that me and him can't work consistently for too long. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just because, like, for me, I think it's the same thing with me having a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ryan's a boss. He's like, I see how he moves, everything like that. And I'm like, yo, I can do that. You feel me? Like, it's just the friendly competition. You know what I mean? But, like, me knowing that, like, yo, I can do everything. But when we come together and we work, we fucking create magic. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I need to be able to do the projects that I want to do, and as a creative and things like that, and work that way. You feel me? But, like, going back, I guess, to the original portion of what we were saying is like, it's gonna get rough, yo. But like, even in those times where like, even in those times where I feel like it's not worth it, if you just stay true to it, like the difference between failure and success are the people that don't stop. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people who be like, yeah, I had it for 4 years and I didn't. And you got people who like, yo, I had my shit for 15 years and then then it popped. Like, it's consistency, it's belief, it's doing what you got to do. You know what I mean?
It's a marathon, not a race.
Straight up.
Neighborhood.
Yeah.